Well, hello. This is Rosa, rcgkreations. How are you doing? I'm a little pooped puppy. But I'm done for the night. I'm not done processing, but I'm done for the night. What I'm making is my own homemade apple cider vinegar. And what you do, I've done a lot of research, watched a lot of videos, done a lot of Googling, internet. I went in a couple of canning books and recipe books. I just did a bunch. I've been doing this for going on 7 months now because I've been wanting to make it because apple cider vinegar is getting pretty pricey in the grocery stores. But all you do is you peel your apples, Try, if possible, to use organic apples, and you need filtered water and cane sugar, okay? And it's, let me get my recipe so I can give it to you now. Okay, here we go. I have it written on my phone here. Okay, so for 3 cups equal 1 pound of apples, because it's kind of hard to tell. According to all the recipes that I saw, it was poundage, like, I got a whole crate. I ordered a whole crate from Azure of apples, and it's like, I don't know how much it all was, because it doesn't say anywhere on the box. But basically, equal 3 cups of apples equal 1 pound, okay? And then what you do to make your apple cider vinegar is you do 1 tablespoon of cane sugar. It has to be cane sugar, okay? Just read the packaging to make sure that it says cane sugar, to 1 cup of filtered water. Don't use tap water, because the chlorine in the tap water, from everyone that I read, they all said the exact same thing I'm telling you right now, but all these 3 ingredients. The chlorine in the tap water does something to the fermenting phase, and I've never fermented anything before, so I have no idea what I'm doing. I just know this is what everybody said. So it's 1 tablespoon of cane sugar to 1 cup of filtered water, and you fill up the jar, okay? You fill up your jar with everything in there, the seeds, the cores, and I am making in the roaster oven, an 18-quart roaster oven. I got a whole case of, I'll put my Azure link that I just did, because this video will come after that Azure link, my Azure haul, and you'll see that case of apples. Today was trash day, so the case already went out in the trash. And anyway, it was just a big, case of apples. Okay, I have no idea how many pounds it is or anything. I should, but I don't. I'll do a pop-up. I'll put it in the pop-up. I'll do a pop-up box, okay? But basically, I used my KitchenAid mixer, and I sliced and skinned the apples, because to make the apple butter, it has to be skinless apples, or you use a food mill. I didn't want to use a food mill, because that's just, I've done it before. I think I have a video. I'll double check, but I'm pretty sure I have a video of me making apple butter, and I have a video with me making it with the food mill. I believe I do. And it's a lot of work. So I found another person, and if I remember, I'll write it in my, I'll do, in the description, I'll do a pop-up box of this lady that she puts hers in the roaster pan. So what she does is she peels and cores out the apples, takes the skin off, takes the core out, and then she just puts the whole quarter chunk, whatever it is that she gets, puts it in her roaster pan with the apple cider vinegar, and then you bring it to a boil. Then once it comes to a rapid boil, you turn your heat down to as low as your roaster oven can go. And mine is at 200. That's the lowest mine goes, is 200. And then you let it sit there overnight. So you want it to sit overnight, because it's going to shrink. All the water is going to get absorbed and everything. So it's going to shrink. So if you really want a lot of apple butter, you need to make sure it's a full pot. I only got enough for like half a pot, because I ended up slicing about 2 quart bags full of sliced apples that I'm flash freezing in the freezer to make for quick little pies, apple pies, little quick little desserts, because holidays are coming. And all of a sudden somebody will say they need something, or they need something, or something will happen. And I want to have some peeled fresh apples already in the freezer, so if I have to make a quickie, because I also do the frozen pie crust. So those already be in the freezer. All I have to do is take out the pie crust the night before, thaw it out, dump my apples, put the filling in there, mix it all up, and bake in the oven, and then I'm done. So I could do that like the night before when I know I've got to bring a dessert or give someone a dessert. But that's a good little dessert to have. And also making like a little frozen, not frozen, some little apple tarts. That'd be great. So I already have one bag of a quart-sized bag of frozen apples, and I got 2 today from the apples that I have. So I've got frozen apples for fresh apple pie or apple turnovers. I'm going to probably make those instead. Apple butter. And now I'm going to do apple cider vinegar. And the thing what's nice about it is I didn't waste anything. Well, except for the stem. I did throw away the stem. But on a couple of these, I didn't realize, like, right there is a stem. Do you see that? That's a stem right there. And I just didn't want to bother. Oh, there's my other chore. That's my chore to go to bed. And I just didn't want to bother with it because I've watched 3 other people that do it, and they use the whole thing. The stem and everything, the seeds, the cores, the whole shebang. They just chop it up really messy and sloppy. And these are just leftover skins and corns. And I did, whatever was kind of yucky, I did throw that part away. I didn't use that at all. Because, I had some apples that get bruised and this and that. So I threw that away. But anyway, you pop everything in the jar. These are half-gallon jars. And this one, it was a gift, but I never got a lid for it. So excuse me, sorry about that. The allergies have been getting me all day today. So it doesn't have a lid, so this is perfect for doing little projects and stuff like this. And this is also a half-gallon jar. And I just got my new half-gallon jars from Azure, and you'll see that on my Azure haul. I got a case of 6 of these half-gallon jars. Okay, so you put everything inside. I'll put all your apples, everything in there but the stem. Put it all in there, seeds, cores, a whole shebang, everything. And if you want to, if you don't want to make a bubble, or you just want to make some apple cider vinegar, just use the entire apple and just core it. You don't even have to core it. Just cut it into little chunks, any size chunks you want. However you want to do it, how sloppy or how neat, it's up to you. Just dice it up, okay? I would just cut it in 4s and then go from there. Of course, at the very beginning, let me backtrack. Always wash your vegetables. Even though they're organic, you still need to wash them. Put them in a little vinegar water bath for like 15-20 minutes. Wash them really good. Rinse them really well. Then start doing your peeling and all that. So that way you start with some clean, fresh produce. Stick it all inside. Pour in your sugar. Pour in your water. Stir it. Make sure you stir these glass jars with a wooden spoon or a plastic spoon, but no metal. Don't use metal at all. And then you stir it, because what you want to do is the sugar is what helps ferment this to make it into apple cider vinegar. So you want to stir this, and you're going to stir this every week for 6 weeks. I did the ones that I'm following. There's 3 of them. I took notes on each one of them, and they all do the same thing. So 6 weeks, and then you still leave it sealed. You go in there, and then all 3 of these ladies stir it and store it and store it. Say that 3 times. Stir it, store it for 4 months before they even use it. Okay, then you'll drain all your fruit. Everything, drain all that, put it in garbage or compost it, or if you have chickens will love it, give it to them. I don't have any of that stuff, so all my stuff's going to go in the garbage, but that's okay, because I got 3 uses. Apple pie filling, a dessert filling, because I don't know what I'm going to make with it, apple butter, and then apple cider vinegar. So I got 3 uses of it. I used the whole thing with the stem, so I think I did pretty darn good. And then you're all good to go. Then you pour all this. Leave it in the same jars. These jars have a lid. This one does not, so I got 3 more jars, so I'm okay. I'll just pour this into another jar, and then I'll be all set to go, and this will be clean and washed, and I can use it for another project. So anyway, this is the first part. I will do a recap. I'm going to go ahead and post it now for those who want to make it, because right now is a good time to make it with the holidays coming. Yeah, it's going to be like 4 minutes down the line. This is September 30th, September, October, November, December, January. But you know, it's winter, and people are still cooking and baking in wintertime to help heat their house. So now's the perfect time to start making this yourself, and see how it works out. Now, every week that you go and you take the you want an open cloth. These are just some old dish towels that I ordered. I didn't really like them. They didn't work very well for me. But you can see right through them. So you want it to breathe. So you don't want to put a lid on it, and you don't want to put any like a plastic or a cover on top of it. You need it to breathe, because that's part of the fermenting. And then the rubber band just keeps it in there, so the little bugs, little fruit flies and all that come out. But every time you open it, first thing you do is you look. If you see any mold build up, and if it's just on a few of them, go ahead and take those out. And you can put just a little dab of store-bought apple cider vinegar in there, like they all just said just a little dab like that, a little small cup, like a little shot glass. Pour that in there, stir it up, and then what happens is the longer that it sits in the liquid, all the fruit is going to absorb it, and it's going to fall to the bottom. So anything that's on top, like as you can see right there, the top part doesn't have any liquid, and that's where it has a chance to spoil and rotten on you, okay? That's why you need to, for the first 4 weeks, you have to stir this every single week. 2 of the ladies, I said, they do it 3 times a week. I'm going to do that because I've never done this before. And I'm going to do it on, I did a different color. I actually have 4 of these, and I have 4 of those. But I want to experiment. I'm going to do that one exactly like the other recipes say. These 3, I'm going to stir 3 times a week to see, is there a difference in stirring 2 to 3 times a week versus once a week in the top part of getting rotten. Okay, because it's just part of what it is. I'm going to be honest with you, I haven't done a whole lot more research on why and how to all that stuff, because I've never fermented anything before. But fermenting is one of those things, it's kind of hit and miss if you don't know exactly what you're doing. But if you follow the recipe to the T, it should work. And I followed it to the T. So I'm thinking and I'm hoping, knock on wood, that this is going to work. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. We'll catch you in the next video. And let me know in the comments section if you've tried to make your own apple cider vinegar and how you do it, and what are your success rates of what's the best way you do it. And FYI, I forgot to tell you, store these in a cool, dark place, but somewhere that you know that you need to stir it however many times it is and for how long. And I'm putting a label. I'm only going to put a label on one of these because the rest of them I'll know, because they're all going to get stored in one area. And I'm only going to put a label on it with the date. That way I know when I started it and how often I'm going to week it. But my OCD kicks in. My calendar is going to remind me, stir the apple cider. Because I do the same thing with my extracts. My alarm goes off, and that's when I know to go stir it. Because otherwise, out of mind, I'm one of those things. But that's when my OCD kicks in, and that's what the calendars are for. Thank you so much for watching. We'll catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.